Hey guys, Average Scarecrow here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Thank you very much for dropping by the channel. As always, I really appreciate it. Today we're going to go a little bit back in time. We're going to go back to the Asgard's Divide event, where they introduced the Fae family. That'll be Thor, Loki, Odin, and Freya. And we're going to be doing a showcase on the fusion champion that was introduced at that time, Thor. Thor Faehammer. He's a legendary attack-based champion out of the Barbarians faction. This guy is awesome. He's a monster in Hydra. He's just a beast for wave clearing. He can farm some content for you. Very, very cool champion. He looks awesome. The design is really cool here with the Frost Giant's head on his back like as a trophy. He's got Mjolnir. They went with the more accurate, I guess you could say, in Norse mythology, where he's just kind of this like heavier set, just kind of tank of a dude. Looks really cool. We're going to go in primarily today. We are going to do a little bit of arena because he does have some cool arena stuff in his kit for a damage dealer, but we're going to be spending probably the bulk of our time in Hydra because I think that's his best area overall. This guy can deal insane amounts of Hydra damage. And actually for a while, he was my main damage dealer in Hydra. He was my number one damage dealer for Hydra until I started getting more like enemy max HP champions. So Thor Faehammer, very cool. The reviews on him are great. You can see here the 5-star in Hydra, the almost 5-star. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. You know, a couple 4.9s. The one area that confuses me a little bit is Iron Twins. Actually, he can actually be semi-serviceable in Iron Twins, so I probably wouldn't put him that low. But everything else I pretty much agree with. I think this guy's a beast all over the place. So what is this guy doing? Well, on the A1 here, we've got Wrath of Mjolnir. Attacks one enemy 2 times with a 20% chance of repeating the attack, so potentially a 4-time hitter on the A1, with each hit decreasing the target's turn meter by 20%. So 20% turn meter drop, potentially 40% turn meter drop on the A1. Very good for Dark Fae. Very good for arena, actually. 20% turn meter drop can be very good in arena. Yeah, anyone that can have their turn meter reduced, this is really, really good. Fire Knight normal, very, very good. On the A2 here, we've got Fulminous Ricochet. This is on a 3-turn cooldown when booked from a 4-turn cooldown. It's an AoE attack. After hitting the initially selected target enemy, all other enemies will be hit in a random order, with each subsequent hit following the initial hit increasing the damage inflicted by 25% up to 100% bonus damage. You can essentially double your damage on the last hit of this ability. It will also ignore block damage and unkillable, which does not work against bosses. But block damage and unkillable in arena is becoming a lot more meta with 9-piece protection sets. So and Mercurial. So there's like your Odins, there's your Helicaths, there's your Sir Nyx, Nymes, I think that's how you say that name, and so on and so forth. So this ability, very good in arena, but it absolutely nukes in PvE content. So very cool there. On the A3, we've got Hammer of Heaven. This is on a 3-turn cooldown when booked from a 4-turn. It's another AoE. Before attacking, increase attack and crit damage on this champion for 2 turns. So he's a self-buffing damage dealer. I love that about him. And then has a 75 books up to 100% chance of decreasing the resistance of each enemy by 10% up to 50%. And then also has a 75 books up to 100% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed for 2 turns. So this is why I say he can provide a little bit of value in the Iron Twins because he's a decreased speed champion as well. But the decreased resistance is really cool. It's cool in areas like Hydra. It's even cool in areas like Chimera. I don't think he's rated super high in Chimera. Pretty good, actually, 4.5. And I think that's part of the reason why, because you can destroy the resistance, make it easier for your other champions to come in and place their debuffs. Decreased speed, also good for Hydra or Chimera as well. So very cool champion, very cool A3 ability. On the passive, we've got Sky Rupture. Every time this champion deals damage, increases the thunder counter by 1 up to 10. Each thunder stack increases this champion's crit damage. Increases the champion's damage by 3% up to 30% bonus damage. And then once the thunder counter reaches 10, attacks all enemies and places a stun for 1 turn, and then resets the counter to 0. So we've got 3 AoE abilities, and you can essentially do back-to-back AoE abilities if you play it right. Or you can do like a single target attack leading into an AoE ability. It's incredibly good. And he has a stun as well. So the stun, so now he's out offering crowd control. He's got decreased speed. He's got self buffing, so he can be a crowd control champion. He can be a slow the enemy down champion. He can destroy the resistance. He can kill everybody. He can ignore block damage and unkillable. This guy's an absolute monster. He's got so much in his kit. It's really, really cool. He's got attack in all battles by 30%. Pretty good aura. I've got him in 4-star Nature's Wrath. Oh, apologies. I'm always tired. I need to go see a doctor about that. We get the HP, the attack, the defense, and the crit damage, but we also get a bonus 8% damage, 2% damage for every debuff they place, up to 8% bonus damage. So very, very cool there with the stuns and the decreased speeds, right? On the masteries, I'll go ahead and just pull these up so you guys can take a look. Basically, we're going for all the damage stuff, right? So crit rate, crit damage, bonus speed. We've got bonus damage if they're under 40% HP. We've got bonus damage when attacking targets with higher max HP. We've got a 30% chance of decreasing skill cooldowns if you exceed 30% damage of the target's max HP, which he's going to be doing a lot. Methodical for bonus A1 damage, kill streak for bonus damage every time we get a kill up to 12%, and then Helm Smasher is going to give us 25% ignore defense, a 50% chance of getting 25% ignore defense in addition to the amounts ignored by the skill. And then I actually went down and I picked up the accuracy stuff. So pinpoint accuracy, charged focus, and then arcane celerity for when the stuns and the decreased speeds expire, a 30% chance to get a 10% turn meter fill. And then I actually went Evil Eye to kind of double up on the A1. So we're going to have decreased turn meter on the A1, but then with Evil Eye, when he uses his default skill, it's going to drop the turn meter by 20%, which is pretty cool. But that's only the first time you hit him. And then finally, Master Hexer to extend the decreased speeds. Just the decreased speed. Can't extend stun. You could switch it up a little bit maybe and go down and pick up lasting gifts, but I didn't really want to go all the way down here. Cycle of Magic is good, but we're going to be running him in Merciless, so we don't really need it. For the Relic, I've got him in a Rethi Coronet, so we're going to be getting 1, 2, 3% damage increase every time they place a debuff up to 30%. So again, we've got the stuns and we've got the decreased speed, so it shouldn't take us too long to get the 30% damage bonus. This is especially good in Hydra because of how long the battles last. And then finally, I've got him in 6-piece Merciless and 2-piece Slayer. So we've got crit rate, crit damage. Merciless is giving us a lot of attack, crit damage speed, 30% chance to decrease a random skill's cooldown by 1 turn when dealing damage. He's dealing a lot of damage, so it's going to happen a lot. And then 35% ignore defense. And then I've just got him in a loose piece of perception, but it's a really good one. We've got attack with attack, crit damage, and triple crit rate. Ooh, apologies. Sorry, guys. We're just looking for attack percentage. We're looking for crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, all the good stuff, right? Let's go ahead. I don't know what just happened there. Why did the speed show up? Okay, anyway. Hey, guys, just jumping in here real quick because I noticed that I forgot to do the total stats on this build for Thor, the damage build. So I'm just going to quickly interject before we head over into the dungeons. The total stats on Thor Faehammer for his damage build, we've got about 39,000 on the HP. We've got 8,000 on the attack, very, very high attack, 2594 on the defense, 212 on the speed, 100 on the crit rate, 314 on the crit damage, and then 269 on the accuracy. So that's going to do it for the total stats. I'll cut back into the dungeon now. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and take him into the dungeons. We'll do a damage test here. So Dragon Heart 10 is what I normally do. And now we've got Fervor as well. So he should deal even more damage than what he was doing before. Now we're running him with Mikage. So we're kind of doubling up on the increased crit rate, increased crit damage. But it's fine. I think it'll be okay. And let's start with the A3 here. Oh yeah, 270. I saw about 270 on average, I would say. 270 damage, 270,000 on the A3. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 on the stacking damage for the thunder counter, so we should deal even more damage now. Let's go ahead and try it again with the A3, and then we'll set up the A2 after this. Oh yeah, look at that, 437,000. So you can see the thunder counter really starts to scale up that damage on top, and then there's the stuns. So now we got 5 stuns, and it deals pretty good damage too. We didn't have drop defense or weaken up, and it still does quite a lot of damage, which is awesome. Okay, let's get everything ready to go, and then we'll set up the A2 here. Now, we basically want to go our initial hit with the squishiest champion. So I'm going to go here, right? And then what I'm hoping for is that the bonus damage will be applied here because we don't have drop defense. So let's go ahead and slow it down. Oh, yeah. Do you see that? 1 million damage. 1 million damage on that ability. The drop defense wasn't up here, which is why we didn't get the kill. But that is totally bonkers. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on auto now. And I mean, he'll basically just come in, right? And he can just mow through any of the waves for you, right? So as far as just a wave clearer goes, you're going to be hard pressed to find someone who can do it faster. There are obviously champions that can do it faster. Look at that. He did about 380,000 damage on the A1 there. But even against bosses, you can see that he is pumping out quite a lot of damage. So look at that, almost over 450,000 damage there. And then look at that, we got the 4 hits there. Those 4 hits were right around 1 million damage as well. Yeah, 270, so about 540,000. If you get that multi-hit, you're doing about 1 million damage on that. So he can come in against bosses as well. Look at that, over 500,000 damage on that A3. So even though he's not really getting the added benefit of the, look at that, 419 and 376, so over 700,000 damage on the A1 there. And then he finishes with 8.3, basically 8.4 million damage. That is incredible damage. Absolutely incredible damage. And it's going to be the same pretty much everywhere you go. So if we go here, for example, and I'll just throw this on auto because I don't think we really need to. Actually, I'm not going to do that because Donnie he'll default with the A2, and I want him to default with the A3. So now we'll put it on auto so we can get back around to our abilities. And then just look at that, man. I mean, you get the thunder counter immediately because you hit 10 enemies all at once. So they come in, they get a heal. It's fine. I actually want to slow it down here for a second because we're going to reset and he'll go back to the A3, but I don't want him to. I want him to go to the A2. So we'll go here. Even with no drop defense and weaken, we were doing about 800,000 damage. About 800,000 damage on that ability. I mean, just totally nuts. And if you bring Hex as well, you're going to spread out that damage even more. So you could kill the boss even faster. Now we do have drop defense and weaken, so he should. Yeah, boom, right there. Over 400,000 damage on that A3. So the A2, obviously the hardest hitting ability he has because it scales so well. But the A3 still hits hard. The passive Thunder ability hits hard and applies a stun. And his A1 hits really hard as well. So this guy's just a total monster. I mean, we can take him into, let's go stage 25. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Let's just go stage 25 because it doesn't have freeze, so we can't drop the turn meter. But let's just take him in here. We'll bring an ally attack. And then the multi-hitter as well. Again, I don't want Donnie to reset just yet. So, okay, now we'll put it on auto. The multi-hit on the A, yeah, look at that. He almost clears the waves out immediately. And that's just the A3. The A2 hits even harder. So, with the multi-hit, he does have value against the Fire Knight as well, and the turn meter drop. So, yeah, look at that. Boom, clear the wave out. You're done. That's it. You're good to go. I'll be curious to see if he gets the 4 hits here. Oh, he does the A2. So the what am I thinking here? You could definitely set it up to be a little bit better, but look at that turn meter drop. That's great. Now we have the decreased speed as well. Glorious Palace is great because she gives us turn meter boost on the passive. But then look at that, over almost 600,000 damage on that A2 ability. It's just totally crazy, man. Totally crazy. Okay, that's fine. He's even doing damage through the shield, like 100,000 damage through the shield. It's just crazy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all that damage. He's totally nuts. Totally crazy. About 5 million damage out of there. Yeah, he's busted, man. This damage is just totally insane. Now, to be fair, I think that he probably he'll probably struggle a little bit against Ice Golem because you'll just wind up taking so much damage. I don't know. Maybe if Helicath is built, we'll do it. If Helicath isn't built, we'll probably just pass over this one, because once you've seen the damage, you kind of know what's going on. Yeah, he's not built. So the problem with him. Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. I keep hiccuping. The problem with him in Ice Golem is that he'll do so much damage that he'll be triggering that passive over and over again very quickly, so you can take a lot of damage very quickly. So for Ice Golem, just be careful, because he actually deals too much damage. So just be mindful of that. Now, we're weak affinity here, so I'll go ahead and just pass over this one as well, because I just don't want to see a lot of weak hits. You know, it doesn't really add a whole lot of value. But basically, every other stage or affinity, he can come in and be a serviceable decreased speed champion as well. For the Iron Twins, you need decreased speed to prevent the Iron Twins from getting their turn meter fill every time you get a buff placed. So, oh my god, I'm sorry. So he can serve in that role. Phantom Shogun, again, this is kind of dependent on whether or not you have High Awakening, so be mindful of that. He can solo Minnow for you, so we'll go ahead and just run this real quick, which is pretty cool. And he does it very quickly as well, so he'll just clear through the waves extremely quickly, and then he'll come in, smack. There's the AoE, and then boom, he's done. So you have a 12-second Minnow 15 farmer, and then he can also do the same in Nightmare Campaign. He can be your Nightmare Campaign farmer. So if we go 12-6 here, and then I need to level these guys up for their fusion, so we'll just go ahead, and also the champion training event, so we'll just go in here, Smackaroony, and schmack. Boom, that's it. 7 seconds, almost tied for my fastest time. So he can be a campaign farmer for you as well. Very, 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 very good champion. Now, Faction Wars isn't open. It's not open for 6 more days. That's a bummer, but take my word for it. This guy can clear out. He can solo normal stage 20. Probably not the boss, but stage 20 he can solo. And even some of these early, like maybe 1 through 6, for me on hard mode, he can do some of those as well. Sometimes it depends on the affinity. Like if there's lots of force affinity champions, he probably can't do it. But in the early waves, he can probably skate by just literally nuking his way through all of the waves. So a very, very good champion there. Doom Tower, you want a wave clearer to get through all these waves. Congratulations, you've got a really good one. Even against bosses, in fact, let me just go here real quick. We'll just bring him in, right? Just to, just throw it on auto. just to clear through waves, but also to destroy the minions as well. An excellent option. Yeah, Marius a little bit faster, so Marius will probably be the ones to kill everybody, but yeah, that's fine. It's fine. We'll get shields every time because of Glorious Palace. We're probably going to get nuked from the boss, though. Nope, there we go. Perfect. That's fine. So he should come in any moment now. And he's giving us turn meter drop, which is really good. He's destroying the boss's max HP because of the gemstone on the Agreth Coronet. Yep, turn meter drop. And he's dealing pretty good damage as well. About 100,000 on the A1. No weaken on that one. Oh, we don't have weaken. Sorry. No increased attack is what I meant to say. Hit him with the big one, Thor. Here, let me take it off auto. Yeah, here we go. Boom. 500, about 500,000 damage there. Very, very potent damage dealer. Very good. It's not really optimized. I apologize. We don't have heal reduction, and the preset wasn't on. The preset usually makes it go a little bit quicker. Yep, that's fine. Even though he's not dealing as much damage as the enemy max HP champions, he's still giving us the turn meter drop, which is nice. It's just buying us a little bit more time. And there we go. Marius finishes it off. It's hard to compete with enemy max HP champions in some of these boss fights. But all right, let's go ahead and we can head into Hydra now because he is incredible. Let me make sure that Grazor is built because he's my provoker. Don't want him to get 3%ed or resisted. And that should be enough. So we'll go with, this is the team I normally run when we have to provoke. I'm just substituting Thor for Wallmaster. We need to provoke. We need block buffs so they don't get poison clouds. And as long as we don't get 3%ed here, yep, we're good. So we can just start chipping away at their health. So Marius doing about 1,000,000 damage here. We'll go ahead and start with the self-buffing. And he does about 100,000 to 200,000 damage. Now, what we need to be careful of is the pain link. The pain link debuff can be a problem. So let's go ahead and reset Marius, which is what I normally do. Hit him with another enemy max HP. Yep, no poison cloud for you, buddy boy. And then we can go in here. Now, remember, we are getting, where is it? 30% damage mitigation from AoE attacks, and then 10% damage mitigation from AoE attacks. So this isn't even doing the full amount of damage that he would normally do. Let's go ahead and see here. And he still does, at the end, 800,000 damage on just normal heads with 40% damage mitigation. So definitely a monster damage dealer. Thankfully, no pain link there, so that's good. And ooh, so close. Oh, so close. That's fine. We'll take you out now. And now we can start. There's that. I didn't see how much damage it did because I wasn't expecting it. Probably not a lot because we didn't have drop defense and weaken. But now we do. So we'll just A1 here. And we've got all of our damage dealing buffs as well. I do want to give Marius a fair shot, so we'll go here. I really want this guy dead. All right, let's slow it down. Let's see what he does on the A3. 1.3 million damage over here. I saw 6 and 7, and then one. Sorry, 600,000, 700,000, but then like 1.3 over here. So that's really cool. He deals a lot of damage on that A. And then I do want to see, I'm wasting this ability. And I'm going to waste this one as well because I want a damage test, but I do want to see how much damage he can do on this ability. So we'll start here because he's the weakest. But we've got drop defense and weaken up on everybody. We've got increased crit rate, increased crit damage, but no fervor. Okay, so we're losing that 10% damage buff from the fervor. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that was, I saw 2 million here, 2 million here, and then it was around 2 million, I think, on both of these guys. Or 1 point something over here. I could have seen it a little bit wrong, but overall, you're talking like, 2, 4, if you're rounding about 2, 4, maybe 7 million damage there. Something like that. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Now we're in trouble, though, because they can just ignore all of our damage now. So that's fine. We'll just A1 for now. There's the Sky Rupture. And this is what I didn't want. I didn't want the Fearhead. Didn't want the Fearhead. Would have much rather the Head of Wrath come back. We also have to worry about the Mischief Head because the Mischief Head can steal all of our buffs. But yeah, I don't like the Fearhead, so I'm just going to end the battle. The Fearhead is just obnoxious, but you can see here Marius with 19 million damage, but Thor very close behind with 16.6 million damage. Very, very powerful. I do want to... Let's try a quick battle just to see. I don't know if it'll go the full 1,000. Okay, it will. So we do 423 million damage. Look at Thor, man. Look at Thor. He kept up with Marius. 157 million damage compared to Marius's 179. That is nuts. That's nuts that he was able to keep up with Marius. 423 million, almost 424 million damage. That is crazy, the amount of damage this guy can do. Wow. That's incredible. That is incredible. Let's go ahead and take it in again. And I don't know if you guys enjoy this, but I think I'm going to I'm just gonna I'll get it set up the way I normally do, but then I'll kind of just let it go through on auto. I think I'll get rid of my camera so that you guys can watch, and I'll just speed up the fight. I'll put it on like 2x speed like I normally do. Because I think some people do enjoy watching like the sped up versions of Hydra. And if you don't, you can always just skip through it until we get through. I'll try to add some timestamps in there for you guys. But I am going to go ahead and just let this play through on auto, I think. I'll keep an eye on it because if I start to notice that the Fearhead is coming in, I might take over and manage it like I normally do. But I usually just let this. I usually use quick battles, but yeah, I think it might be fun. So enjoy the fight. I will see you guys back here at the end of it. Yeah, I'll see you back here at the end of it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the fight here because our Lydia got consumed. The Fear Head, the Poison Cloud Head, a little bit of bad luck, but it is what it is. We do about 254 million damage there, and still, look, the damage is comparable Thor to Marius. So 117 for Marius, 90 million for Thor. Very, very comparable damage. That is incredible because enemy max HP is so good against these bosses, against Hydra, against Chimera. So for him to be able to come out, excuse me, and do comparable damage to Marius, who is still one of the best champions in the game, is nothing short of outstanding. So very, very cool. That's a lot of fun. I think I'll probably start using him again because I forgot just how much damage that this guy can pump out in a Hydra battle. It's really incredible. So I am going to do a little bit of arena before we wrap up the video, but I'm going to switch the build. So give me 1 second to do that, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. We're going to be running Thor for Arena in actually a 9-piece Mercurial set. I do think he's good in 9-piece Mercurial as a damage dealer because he just does so much damage on his abilities that you don't necessarily need ignore defense like with a 4-piece lethal or something like that. So we're going to be trying him out in 9-piece Mercurial. So, you know, crit damage, attack percentage. I got a couple really good ones here. So quad speed on the crit damage gauntlets with some attack percentage is really good. We've got attack with quad crit rate. I got very lucky on a couple of these. Look at that, quad speed, trip speed. So very, very good build. 9-piece Mercurial. We've got about 5380 on the attack, 28 or 289 on the speed, 245 on the crit damage. This isn't an accuracy build. This is supposed to be for damage. And then did I forget to go over the total stats on his damage build? I think I may have. I apologize. I think I may have forgotten to do that. So I will I'll double back on that, and if I did, I might try to inject it in there. But if I did forget, I apologize. So anyway, let's go in here into Gold 5 Arena. I'm on the lower end of Gold 5, and we're primarily looking for champions who have either unkillable or block damage. So a really good, he's a really good counter to, like I was saying earlier, Naime. She has this passive block damage on all allies for 1 turn at the start of the round, and each time this champion's HP drops below 50%. Now, my Carolon is 397 speed with a 40% lead here, but I don't know if we'll be fast enough to beat this Odin or this Star Sage Galathyr. So it's really all going to come down to who goes first, but we'll go ahead and try it just to see. And they've got Stone Skin as well, so that's actually a problem. They doubled up on the protection, which is actually kind of crazy. We don't remove the Stone Skin. Oh, I didn't switch Thor out. I didn't switch Thor in there. Whoops. We want Thor, not Marius. Yeah, so 3 sets of Stone Skin. And then look at that. They've got the 9-piece protection on Naime, like I said. Let me see here. So we get luckier there. So we get the 2 Stone Skin stripped. So let's go ahead. Let's slow it down. Let's just see what he does here. So we're going to start here because I want the damage to, he won't go through the Stone Skin. So I want the damage to go up on each of these guys. Oh yeah, look at that. 97. Didn't kill the Marius, though. That was kind of surprising. I'm not going to lie. We'll speed that up. Let's go after the Star Sage. Oof. Yeah, all right. Marius, really good against... Marius is really good against Mercurial because he just strips it away, unfortunately. I'm going to try that again because I'm curious why we didn't kill the Marius there. Of course, it's Stone Skin, so now knowing my luck, we won't strip any of the Stone Skin. No, we didn't strip the Stone Skin. Look at that. It's fine. because he's got increased defense. We didn't have... Oof. Yeah, this is just a really well-built team. Now we've gotten Feeble. Okay. So we're just not going to be able to beat that team, unfortunately. The Stone Skin, that's a really powerful team. The block damage with the Stone Skin, with the block damage on Odin as well. Just, yeah, that's a really good team. So let me refresh here. See if we can find anything else. Of course, now we're not going to be able to find like any. Here's another Naime team. Naime, whatever they're called. And you can see they've got the... Oh, okay. That's obnoxious. It's fine. There's the block damage again, but we can go through and reset. Why Star Sage? Why Star Sage? Why are you doing this to me? Just a super high resist Star Sage. Oh, you goofball. Why are you doing this to me? Star Sage. This wouldn't be nearly as hard of a fight, but look at all that damage we just got there, and the multi-hit, which is really cool. Okay, so Star Sage, the bane of my existence in Arena. But we get the job done there, which is cool. Let's go ahead. Odin does have block damage, but they have a... Okay. That's fine. That's not fine. Queen of Hearts, another one of those champions that is really good against Mercurial. Golly, man. Arena is so frustrating nowadays. It's like... It's just so like 50-50, you know? With this, between the Stone Skin, the Total Guard, all the passives you got nowadays. Golly. Everything just comes down to RNG, it feels like. Let me try one more refresh. Any block damage, any revive on death. I'll try one more. Any block damage? Not really. Siegfried does have block damage, though, so we can try this. So that is an extremely slow team. They are just not built. So we'll start A3 here. Boom. Look at that. Now they have the block damage. Not anymore. But even if he did... Oh, now they'll get... No, it won't. There it is. Okay. There's the block damage. That's what we wanted. And now we can go in and ignore the block damage and kill everybody. Woo! We did it. That's how it's supposed to work. Yay, we did it. That's how it's supposed to work. Without all the Stone Skin and the obnoxious... Just stupid. Yeah. Oh, God, you loser. Of course. Okay, so he goes here. And it doesn't matter. Even if he had the block damage, we could have killed him there. So, yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. I'm not going to spend too much longer in Arena because it's my least favorite part of the game. But I think that's probably a good place to call it. Let me just check real quick. I don't have the preset saved for his damage. So when I'm editing, I'll go back and I'll check to see if I forgot. I'll check to see if I forgot to do the total stats on his damage build. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it there. Thor, Faehammer, an incredible damage dealer, S tier Hydra champion, good in arena. I'm just not a very good arena player, so I apologize. Great for PvE content, just overall as a wave clearer, but has some utility in some other areas of the game as well. I do want to call out Dark Fae again. He is good in Dark Fae. He can kill all of your duplicates very easily and decrease the turn meter of the Dark Fae as well. So very good there. Guys, let me know what you think of Thor Faehammer. Did you get this guy during the fusion? Have you pulled him since? How do you have him built? What do you like him in? So on and so forth. And I want to say one of my videos, the 4 rares, I maxed all 4 Argonite rare champions and built them and did a little team up showcase with them. And that is sitting at about 2.3 thousand views. That is awesome. It's got super high like ratio. It's got over, I think, close to 80 or 90 likes now. Guys, that is just so cool. Thank you so much for that. It means a lot. Take care, guys. Have a good day, and I will see you on the next one. Later.